New comic book day is finally upon us, and I'm giving you my December 4th, 2019 comic book pull list. Yes. Best day of the week, hands down. I love going to my local comic book store every single Wednesday, picking up a stack of comics and sharing all of them with you. And like always, I've classified these books from DC to Marvel to small press, and let's get started. Kicking it off with Justice League, issue number 37, Justice Doom War Part 8. And this Justice Doom War has been a very fun story. It's been a little gut-wrenching too, because it just seems that no matter what the heroes do, they could never get the leg up on Doom. I mean, it's the whole year of the villain thing, so of course, it's Doom's time to shine. But now that we're nearing the end of this particular story arc, will things start to turn around for our DC heroes? We'll have to wait and see. And that is the one and only DC book that I got this week. Now moving on to the Marvel with Ghost Rider 2099 issue number 1. And I am a huge fan of the 2099 series back in the 90s when it first came out. I've collected Spider-Man 2099, got some Ghost Rider 2099, Hulk 2099, Doom 2099, everything 2099, because 2099 was a really cool string of comics. It gave writers and artists a chance to kind of play around with what would these heroes be in a 2099-like future. And I do like a lot of the concepts they came up with. So it's really cool to be seeing this line of 2099 comics coming out again, and particularly with this Ghost Rider 2099, it's being written by Ed Brisson, who's doing the current incarnation of Ghost Rider also, and I am absolutely in love with that book, so I look forward to seeing if he's got the same magic touch here. Moving on, we've got The Worthy Thor, issue number 1. And this was a comic I originally didn't plan on picking up, but as soon as I saw it, let me tell you, this caught my attention, primarily because of the artwork. This book is being drawn by Mike Hawthorne, and I just gotta say, he did such a great job from the few panels that I've seen and stuff like that, capturing a more classic Thor look and style, something that actually reminds me of an old school Thor comic book, and I do have a few of those. And also in this book, you've got Thunderstruck, you've got Beta Ray Bill, Return of the Thor Corps, and I gotta say, I am just digging it. But there's more to a comic book than just how good it looks. If the writing isn't up to par, well, then you've got yourself a dud. Let's see if Walter Simonson's up to the task. And those are the only 2 Marvel books that I picked up this week. Now we're moving right into the small press section, starting with 20XX. And this was actually kind of interesting because, like Thor, I wasn't originally going to pick up this book, but the writer and artist, they just happened to be at the comic book store today. Because I guess the premise of this book is it takes place in a future Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm currently living in Anchorage, Alaska, so they came down to the store, they signed the copies. If you bought one, you could buy a pinup. That was actually a really fun time, though some cake would have been nice. But even so, it's super cool. Anytime that I can get a chance to meet comic creators, whether it's at a con or they come to our local comic book store, it's something that I always partake in because I love the hobby and I want to show my support. And there's always something interesting about reading a comic book about where you live. Next up, we've got Archie vs. Predator 2, issue number 4 of 5. And this has been another really fun series. You've got the crazy insanity of Predator combined with the Riverdale cartoony Archie style, which means hilarity ensues, a lot of people end up dying, and it's done really comically, and I really think it's funny. And with just one more issue to go after this, I am so on board with this book. Last but certainly not least, we've got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers meets the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 1. And it's been an interesting few years for superhero team-ups as of late, because to date, we've had 3 iterations of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meeting Batman. We've had the Power Rangers crossover with the Justice League. We've had the Turtles crossover with Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters crossing over with Transformers. And now, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But this is actually not the first time the Power Rangers have met the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh no. Let's not forget that episode of Power Rangers in Space, where the Power Rangers in Space meet the Ninja Turtles. They're, however, not really the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as they were from the show Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, and they did state in that show that they were actually at the 18 mark, making them adults, not teens. But then again, you think 18, 19, it's still teen in there, yet they're considered adults. I remember being 18 and 19. I had about the mental maturity of a 10-year-old. And that completes my comic book pull list for December 4th, 2019, and I would like to know what you picked up. Please leave your comments in the comment section below, and if you like this video, I'd love it if you'd smash that like button, share it with some friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and ring that notification bell for more comic book content. And if you're wondering what to watch next, consider one of these 2 videos. Alright, take care, have a great day, let's read some comics! And as always, stay geeky.